Hey everybody, this is Izzy here coming to you with my review for the raunchy 2019 film Good Boys. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the details of this review. I happen to really enjoy Good Boys. It has a very simple plot point that allows the viewer to connect with these young children. And I will say that it is basically the overall plot is Max, who accidentally steals or borrows his father's drone, and in the process it ends up getting broken, and he has to go through this, I don't want to say hellacious, but he has to go through this process of retrieving a new drone while also with his friends Thor and Lucas, and along the way they experience certain facts about life. This film has been, the film and the story has essentially been produced by the same studio that brought you Sausage Party and Superbad, and obviously Seth Rogen was involved in the making of this film, and as I said, there is a little bit of raunchiness in it, but it is a very different comedy that I think people aren't. I'm gonna say that it's gonna surprise a lot of people because it is more of a comedy that happens to be R-rated, but at the same time it evolves into a coming-of-age story. It is very different than what I was initially expecting. The trailers made it seem like that it was going to be a raunchy slapstick comedy all throughout the course of the film, and that's really not the case. Not saying that it's a bad film. It really isn't. I enjoyed it because I happen to have a very strong and powerful fascination with coming of age films. This is more along the lines of having a very dry mixed with slapstick, but at the same time have some gross out humor, at the same time having a very deep, meaningful message about the coming of age in terms of growing up with your friends. And as we know, at times when we have friendships, sometimes those friendships drift apart. But overall, I happened to enjoy it. I really did. I thought it was very fun. I thought it was entertaining. I thought the message of friendship was very strong and powerful. You could tell the Seth Rogen influences within the confines of this film. I feel as though that it probably would have been best if maybe it could have been focused more on the kids as adults, because when it comes to raunchy comedies, it's very hard to go to the extremes with kids. There are some moments where there's some scenes that catch you off guard and make you laugh, but with adults, as far as the humor is concerned, they're able to push the envelope a lot more, whereas with kids, they obviously have to kind of curtail it back in order not to offend anybody. But at the end, I happened to enjoy it. I thought it told a wonderful story. I think what tickled me the most about the story of this film is the fact that it reminded me so much of my life when I was a kid. There were certain moments that happened in the course of the film that I found myself looking and thinking, wow, I can remember doing that. I can remember saying those things. I can remember doing these things with my friends and having these same discussions. I think it's just one of those stories where everybody at some point or another can relate to it to a very strong degree. And I think that's what I really enjoyed most about it. I would say Lucas was probably the best part of the whole film. Lucas has the best reactions and the best. Everything about him was perfect because it's very similar to how I feel in terms of Horrible Bosses or even We're the Millers, where it's raunchy, but it's more about the reaction rather than simply about the comedic act that's transpiring on the screen. But Lucas happens to be the most comedic and best part of the film. To me, he reminds me so much of myself as a child. He's just absolutely animated. You're not sure what you want to do. You want to do the right thing, but at the same time, you want to still be considered this popular kid. And Max is hilarious as well. And Thor, their friend Thor, is the loudmouth who truly believes that he's this gigantic monstrosity badass of a kid, but at the same time he has a heart of gold, and he's simply trying to be something as someone that he's not. But they all had great chemistry with one another, and they behaved like you would expect 12-year-old kids to behave. And that's the beauty of the film. It has a very authentic feel to it. And coming of age films have often been something that I catered towards in my childhood, and even at the age of 37. it just brings so many fond memories of me and my friends watching wrestling, playing video games, watching cartoons, staying up late, having sleepovers, having gang names, if you will, and it's just a great comedic, heartwarming film. As I said, I want to go ahead and really insinuate and solidify what I'm trying to convey here with this review. If you're going in expecting a film that's in the vein of a Hangover, or This Is the End, or Super Bad, or Knocked Up, where it's just all across the board raunchy humor 24/7, you're not going to get that. The humor is spread out in increments where it's humor. Do you have something serious that transpires? Do you have humor? Do you have humor? Do you have another form of seriousness that happens? And I feel that it flowed really good. It flowed very good. Like I said, don't go in expecting this raunchy comedy that's for a straight 90 minutes, because that's not the type of film it is. But I think in totality you will enjoy it for what it is. I had a great time with it. I'm hoping if it does run the box office, maybe the sequel could have them as adults, and they're able to actually push the envelope more as far as the humor is concerned. Because I've always been more of a fan of slapstick humor where they don't have to necessarily hold back. They're not afraid to say what they want. They're not afraid to present what they want. And with that said, the comedic moments come off that much more hilarious due to the fact that they simply, as you can see, they did not care. They just went ahead and went with it, knowing that it was going to generate a sincere form of uproar and laughter. But, as I said, great film, very great comedy, a great message behind it, and I look forward. Hopefully they have a sequel. I hope that they do. I cannot wait to see where the story goes as far as them, if they decide to go with a sequel. With that said, I'm going to go ahead and give this a 2 thumbs up, a 5 out of 5. I'd recommend it. Don't take your kids, because there's definitely a lot of humor, sex jokes, and pornography scenes that you definitely don't want to expose your children to at all, really. But overall, I'd recommend it. I say go see it. Next review is going to be Angel Has Fallen, which comes out on the 23rd, and afterwards, as many of you know, September 6th is It Chapter 2, which will most definitely be a YouTube, Facebook review. Once again, thank you for the support. Go see Good Boys and provide a like. Let me know what you thought about the film, and I will see you all again, my friends. Take care. Peace out.